Hey, sixth graders, I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to another week of virtual learning. This is for October 19th through the 23rd. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing this week. All right, so you guys have a very busy week ahead. On Monday, you're going to look at evaluating algebraic expressions. On Tuesday, you're going to take your mid-module check, which is kind of like a quiz. It's worth more points than your regular formative assessments. On Wednesday, you're going to look at algebraic properties. You're going to take a formative assessment. On Thursday, you're going to look at equivalent expressions. Now, at the end of this lesson, there is an option for a quiz. So I turned that quiz into, not a quiz, but a written document. So I turned that into a Google Doc. So when you go to my practice right there and you click on my link, well, I'll show you in just a minute, but it'll open up in your Google Doc. And then on Friday, you're going to look at properties of operations. I was planning on your Zoom for Wednesday. So when I make you a quiz, the meeting, when I go ahead and pre-record your Zoom meeting for next week, just keep in mind that it was meant for Wednesday, okay? The day after your quiz. All right, so you're gonna go through these, you're gonna read each section, you're going to look at the videos, you're gonna try all practice problems. Don't scan, you need to read for understanding, don't skip any of these. Evaluating algebraic expressions, and your mid-module check. So let me just share with you a couple of problems that you'll see as you go through those two, evaluating algebraic expressions and then looking at your mid-module check. Let me get over here to this screen. All right, so if you look at number one on my on the board there, hopefully you guys can see that. Basically, we are substituting. So it's giving you some values to plug in for X and for Y, okay? So we're going to make sure anytime we're substituting, we use parentheses around what we're substituting. So that X right there, I'm gonna plug in a 3 for X and put my 3 in parentheses. And this is especially important as we start using negative numbers. So you just need to get in the habit. Anytime you substitute, you need to put parentheses around whatever you're substituting. So we're going to multiply x squared times y, and this time y is 4. All right, so order of operations tells us to do exponents first. So we're going to square 3 first. So then we're going to get 7 times 9 times 4. And then you can just do that in that order. I'm just going to use my little calculator. So 7 times 9 times 4, and I get 252. 252. All right? All right, let's look at number 2 then. We're going to evaluate. We're going to substitute. We're going to have 1/2 times x to the 3rd power. So x is 2. So 2 cubed plus 3.4 times y, and y is 5. All right, I'm going to do my exponents first. Well, I just have one exponent, so I'm going to do 1/2 times, well, what is 2 times 2 times 2? It's 8. Plus, don't I multiply before I can add? So I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3.4 times 5, and I get 17. And then I'm going to multiply half. I'm going to find half of 8. Well, half of 8 is 4, and 4 plus 17 is 21. So that's what that one is. All right, look at number 3. It's kind of squished in here with number 4. But basically, the formula to find the perimeter of a two-dimensional figure is you add the length and the width together, and then you double it. So the question is, what if the length were 2/3 inch or whatever, and then 1/3 inch. Well, it tells me to add those two fractions together, or two numbers together, or those two dimensions together, and then I'm going to double it. So I'm going to add 1/3 plus 2/3, and the denominators are already the same, so I just get to add 2 plus 1 and get 3. So basically, combined, my lengths are 3/3, which is 1. So basically 1 inch, 1 foot, whatever the units are. So then I'm going to multiply 2 times 1. So my perimeter is 2 units, whatever my units are. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to erase this all just to get it off the screen, but you can always go back and rewind on my video if you need to. All right, look at number 4. The question says, what exponential expression would represent finding the volume of a cube? Well, to find the volume of the cube, you multiply length times width times height. So since all the measurements are the same on a cube, the expression, or the exponential expression, would be 3 cubed, 3 to the 3rd power, which is 27 feet cubed, right? All right, very good. What about number 5? 5 says, first, we're going to simplify the expression, then we're going to answer these questions. So I'm going to use the distributive property first. So 5 times 4x is 20x, plus 5 times 2 is 10, because we're distributing, right? And then we have plus 7y at the end. Now these terms are unlike each other. X and Y cannot be added. They're unlike terms. So here I have 1, 2, 3 expressions, or not expressions, terms. Because terms are divided by, or they're separated, I should say, by addition and subtraction signs. So the first question is, how many terms are there? The answer is there's 3 terms. The second question is, how many variable terms are there? So any term that has 1 or more variables in it is a variable term. So how many have variables? 2. 2 variable terms, right? Number 3, or letter C, what are the coefficients of those 2 terms? The coefficients, what is the number being multiplied by the variable? 20 and 7. Our coefficients are 20 and 7. And finally, the constant is the number not multiplied by a variable. So the constant is 10. Okie dokie. All right, so you'll look at problems like that on Monday's lesson and also Tuesday's module quiz. All right, so let's go back to the week. So that takes care of Monday and Tuesday. And then I'll make you a video on Wednesday to look for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But basically, Wednesday you're looking at algebraic properties, which is like commutative property, distributive property, which we just used in one of those examples, commutative property, associative property, the identity property. You're going to learn about all those different properties in math. And then on Thursday, you're going to look at creating equivalent expressions. So you're going to read through this whole section. You're going to look at your lesson objectives. There's 8 pages, guys. So you should take your time. You need to explore. You need to engage with the content. If it reads to you, then let it read to you.
In the expression 3y.
Sometimes you learn more when you not only read it, but also hear it. So don't skip these parts. Do all the practice problems, okay? I'm going to remind you guys of this the whole year. Do all these example properties. Always check your answers. Look at the proof. Stretch your mind. So you're going to get through this whole section. Page 7 of 8 are it gives you your lesson objective. Can you do this? Look at your vocabulary terms. Look at your summary. This is a great page to print and put in your math notebook. Now, when you get to page 8, it's going to give you a project option, option 1 or option 2. So basically when you click on here, it gives you a page and it asks you some questions. So if you go to next, this is where I've basically taken that set of questions and I've created a Google Doc. So it says click on the link below. It will open in your Google Drive. You can type directly onto it. Follow the directions and answer the questions. You do not need to share it with me. So when you guys click on those blue words, it's going to open this document in your Google Drive. You're going to read it very carefully. It tells you exactly what to do. Exactly what to do, accelerated students. Okay? Do what it tells you to do. Type onto the document. Answer the questions, all of them. I've highlighted important terms for you. Okay? And then when you're done, you don't even have to share it with me. I have access to it when you create it or when you engage with it, I can see what you've done. So you're good to go. All right. And then finally on Friday, you're looking at properties of operations for the advanced students, which is what you are. So it just goes a little bit deeper, a little bit, problems that I'm not giving the regular sixth graders because you guys are the accelerated students, so you can handle more advanced questions. And then as far as the formative assessment, it's very few. I think there's only like 3 or 4. So anyway, just remember you can take everything twice. You have 2 attempts at everything. All right, so you guys have a busy week. You got a lot of math to do, okay? So make sure you take your time. You should be working on math every day so it doesn't all, gang up on you all at once and all of a sudden you have 10 lessons to get through. So anyway, I hope everyone has a great week. I will make a video for you for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if you need me, then reach out to me and I will get back to you. Everybody have a great week.